It's the end of the month and you know what that means. We are due for a monthly reset. Yeah, Today, I'm going to share how I completely reset my life every month. So if you're needing some monthly reset inspiration, you've come to the right place. Ew, am I really gonna show this to the internet? Do any of you guys know where September went? Seriously, I swear yesterday was September 1st. August has really slipped away into a moment of time. And now here we are at the end of September. We are about to enter the last quarter of 2024. Yeah. So let's get our shit together, I guess. All right, first things first, let's start with a big, deep clean. There is just something about having a clean and organized space that makes my mind feel clean and organized. Every time I say mind feel clean, it does not come out right, but I know you know what I mean. I honestly just think the best way to start a reset is by doing a massive, deep clean. I mean, like, you can't really expect to feel refreshed and ready for a new month if your environment is still stuck in last month's chaos, right? I'm saying this to you, but I'm also saying it to myself right now. So let's start by deep cleaning this entire apartment. Okay guys, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start in the bedroom, clean this room, and then make my way anti-clockwise around the apartment. I don't have to do the office. Cal said that he will do that, God bless. So I only have to do our bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen, the lounge room, and my little desk area. So let's start by changing the sheets on the bed. My pillow is disgusting. Look at this. Ew, am I really gonna show this to the internet? Can you see the fake tan? It is so gross. Ew. So yeah, let's start by changing the bed sheets, getting these in the wash. Current mood, to be honest. Fun thing that I have to do every time I clean the toilet is spray the toilet seat with a load of bleach because I wear fake tan. So I think you can figure out why I have to do this. Okay, besties, now that the apartment is deep cleaned, let's move on to something that I seriously think gets overlooked, and that is doing a digital clean. I swear, organizing your devices, doing a little cleanup of your devices makes such a difference. I don't know about you, but having random files on my desktop actually drives me insane. It gives me so much stress. I'm like, literally, where's the organization? This is complete chaos. And same with my phone. If I just have random apps on the home screen, I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Also, because I edit my own videos and I am a freelance YouTube editor, my laptop is kind of my life. Like, I need it to be organized. So the main things that I'm gonna do in this digital cleanup are organize all the files on my desktop, put them where they're meant to be, and also transfer some files over to my hard drive. Also, something that gets severely overlooked during a monthly reset is doing a little unfollowing. The end of a month is the perfect time to go through your following list, go through your subscription list, and unfollow the people whose content you don't want to consume. I personally live by the quote, no one is allowed to piss me off on my own phone. Like, what do you mean I'm gonna go on Instagram and ruin my own day by seeing your post? Like, what are we doing here? This is my phone. I will not be pissed off on my own phone. That might sound harsh, but honestly, we are in control of what we consume to a degree. So I think it's really important to be super intentional about that. Alright, now that my space is clean, my MacBook is organized, I'm gonna go ahead and update my calendar for October. Now, I just use my Apple calendar and I highly recommend it, especially if you have multiple Apple devices, because it just syncs over. It's so satisfying. But I'm pretty sure Google Calendar is good as well. I've low-key never used it. I wouldn't even know what Samsung has. Do they just have a Google Calendar? I'm clearly a big Apple girly. So I personally split mine into different calendars. I have freelance work, YouTube, gym, and just general life. This is basically so that I can keep track of everything and it's easy and separate to see. If everything's under one calendar, I personally am just like, oh my god, there's way too much on. What's happening here? And if I get overwhelmed, I tend to just shut off and shut down, which is not what we want for life, and also, yeah, I guess just in life. I do actually update my calendar pretty much as I go throughout the month. If something pops up, I pop it in there, but I do like to do a good bulk fill and check at the end of the month for the next month coming, just to really make sure that everything is in there. Honestly guys, October is such an exciting month for me. I have so many really exciting opportunities and things happening. As you will know by now, I am moving to New York for a month, and I'm also doing a little bit of travel in the US as well. Oh my god, Olivia Rodrigo is next month. Well, this month, I guess. We're in October. Well, at least we will be when you're watching this video. But I am actually working up until we leave for our US trip. So I need to make sure everything is in this calendar. Okay, now that my calendar is updated for October, I'm gonna go ahead and fill out my Notion. You guys know I love Notion. I use it every single day. I truly rely on it. Notion and my Apple Calendar, a combination I would truly be lost without. Also, I love that my laptop is just like peeking in from the side. But this is my homepage of my Notion. It's called Basecamp. Shout out Hannah Elise for the inspo. But I'm gonna give you guys a quick little tour of my Notion. I'm very excited. I have been meaning to do this for so long, and I feel like a monthly reset is the perfect time. So, like I said, this is my homepage, and I basically just have all of these little sections. So on the left, I have work. Under work, I have these links, and these links go to pages. So I have 2024 YouTube collabs. Basically, I just keep track of all of the collabs that I do. I have my YouTube planner, which is also, as you can see to the right. I have my freelance planner, which is kind of the same as my YouTube planner, but I use it for freelance. Amazon links, so I can like keep track and give them to you. And then INEG, which is Ink and Elbow Grease, which is Cal's company that he runs. I help him with some stuff for that. So That is what is under work. And then I have lifestyle, again, similar kind of thing. All of these links go to pages. I have medical appointments. I keep track of every single appointment that I do and when I'm due for the next one. I have a habit tracker, a journal, goals, meal planning that I low-key don't use and I keep procrastinating setting up. And then you can see after all of those, I have my weekly goals. And lastly, on that side, I have a little Pomodoro window that I can use if I want to use the Pomodoro method while I'm working. So that's what's on the left. And then in the middle, I have my YouTube planner. This is where I keep track of every single YouTube video that I'm gonna film, the status of the video, whether it's just an idea, whether I'm filming it, planning it, editing it, or if it's been posted. I have my filming dates, my due date for when I want to have it completed, edited, and uploaded, and then I have my posting date. And then on the right hand side, I have this little aura clock because I just think it looks aesthetic. I don't think I really ever look at it, to be honest, but I think it looks cute. Then I have a to-do list for the day, and under the to-do list, I have my weekly schedule. That's basically where I just kind of plan out what I'm doing for the week, or I guess it's more I include the most important things that I'm doing every day that week there. So I can just have a rough idea of the most important things that I'm doing, and then each day I'll reference the to-do list to see the actual full list of things I need, because I don't want to put like 20 things under each day on the weekly schedule, you know what I mean? And then lastly, I just have this little Spotify playlist. It's called, actually I think it's an album. Yeah, it's an album, Rhythm and Roast, and it's just some instrumental jazz. Sometimes I'll just put that on while I'm working. So that is my base camp. That is my Notion page that I use every single day. I honestly just downloaded a template and then edited it, and anytime I wanted to do something and didn't know how to do it, I would just look up a YouTube tutorial or go on Skillshare. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a template of this for you guys. So that will be linked below. You'll be able to download it, customize it. I think it's a really good template. I mean, I use it every single day and I love it. So if you're interested, I'll have that below. I'll also have Skillshare linked below. This is not sponsored, but I do have an affiliate link where if you click on that link and sign up, you get a free 30-day trial of Skillshare. So I'll have that linked below. I'll have the template of this linked below. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and update my YouTube planner and weekly schedule on here. And I love to cross-check everything with my Apple Calendar, which is why we updated my calendar first before we updated my Notion. But let's go ahead and update all of this. Why does this plant behind me look like it's a part of me? It looks like I'm sprouting leaves from my shoulders. Maybe I should move it. I am literally Groot. Is that better or is that just weird? I'm just gonna roll with it. But now that my Notion is all set up for October, I'm gonna go ahead and do some goal setting. So this is my 2024 goal setting page that I have on my Notion. So as you can see, I have yearly, monthly, and weekly goals all laid out. And basically the idea is that my weekly goals help me achieve my monthly goals, and my monthly goals help me achieve my yearly goals. But I have to be honest with you all, I have been so slack at actually achieving any of my goals this year, just because I have this cute little setup. Also, my laptop is here. I don't know if it's in the screen, but that's what I'm looking at. I'm not just like staring off into space over here. But yeah, just because I have this cute organized setup doesn't mean I'm always on top of my shit. Not me knocking the plant. Maybe this wasn't the best spot to put it. But honestly, guys, this system works when you put in the work. I honestly highly recommend it. You just can't download a fancy little Notion template, buy a bunch of cute stationery, buy a calendar, buy a notebook, get a gym membership, and expect your life to change. You actually do have to put in the work. So yeah, I highly recommend this goal setting method. It has worked for me in the past. I haven't been putting in the work this year. But you know, there's still a couple that I could reach. And honestly, even though I'm moving to New York at the end of the month, I think I can still set some goals to keep me on track to achieve them. I have to move this. I'm so sorry. Cancel the aesthetic. But yeah, I think I can still set some goals to keep me on track before I go. So I'm gonna go ahead, set myself some monthly goals, and then also set myself some goals for the first week of October. Okay guys, next up is budgeting. This is a little bit more personal, so I'm gonna try and keep things pretty general. But essentially, Cal and I both have set amounts that we transfer from our own bank accounts to a joint bank account at the start of every month. And then from there, we split the amounts that we transfer into, I think there's 4 different accounts. Yeah, we have rent, groceries, bills, and savings. Side note, I can never get that ring finger up when I try and count like this. Am I broken, or are there other people out there like this? Please comment below. I'm genuinely interested. Oh, we have another account. 5 accounts. Because we have an account where we put money for our car as well. Anyway, basically we split the amounts that we put in into separate accounts. But if you're not in a relationship, you can totally still use this method as well. The key here is to really sit down and work out your monthly expenses. And make sure you include absolutely everything, especially future payments. For example, if you know you have a $2,000 payment that you need to make in February, maybe you need to get your car insurance and registration renewed and it's gonna cost $2,000. It's better to put away a small amount of money each month if you can, so that you're not scrambling in February trying to find and come up with this money. And that's where I've found that having the separate accounts really helps, because you can see exactly where your money is going and what it's for. For example, like I said, we have a car payment account because we know that every year we're going to have to pay for services, registration, and insurance. So we put a set amount of money every month into that account, and we know all the money in that account is just for the car. It's not for rent, it's not for groceries, it's not for general saving, it's just for the car. And it's easy for us to see exactly how much we have and to not spend it on something that it's not meant for. Also, when I say write down all of your expenses, bitch, I mean all of them. If you get your nails done every single month, budget for them. If you get your hair done every 6 weeks, 8 weeks, budget for it. You are better off, if you can, I'm well aware that not everybody has this luxury, especially in this economy, but you are better off putting away a little bit of money every time you get paid than having to scramble and find the money when it comes to the time of having to pay for something. Again, I'm very aware that this is a privilege, especially in this economy, but if you have the ability to do this, you're really gonna set yourself up for success. I highly recommend. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my monthly transfers now since it's the end of the month. I also have a set amount that I put into my own savings accounts as well. And Cal does this too, by the way. We have a joint savings account, but we also like to have our own savings accounts as well, because even though we are a team, we're a big fan of also having our individual finances. Okay guys, while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and update my tax document. Yay! So fun! So funky fresh. I actually low-key love doing this. I'm such a big life admin person. I'm trying to complain to you about updating my tax document or budgeting or updating my calendar and my Notion, but I low-key live for this shit. I wish this was a full-time job. I love life admin. But this is, I guess, kind of like one of the not so fun parts of running your own business and being your own boss, even though I low-key think it's very fun. I've shown this to you guys before, but basically I have this Excel spreadsheet where I record all of my income and expenses for both social media and freelancing. And then I also have this folder where I keep all of my receipts. This makes it so easy when it comes to the end of the financial year because everything is ready to go. I'm sorry that all of this is basically blurred out, but yeah, basically I just record all of my expenses and all of my earnings. I keep track of if I have the invoice or not, or the receipt. I record the tax that I put away, the total I get in my bank, any bank fees, PayPal fees, and as you can see, I have it split up down the bottom in different sheets just so it's easy to keep track of and separate them. And then lastly, I have this monthly totals tab, and this is basically where I just have my monthly totals for social media and freelance separately, and also them combined for each month, just so I can see at the end of the month how much I have earned, because like you guys know, I don't have a typical 9 to 5. I have multiple streams of income and I don't get paid once a month or once a week. It definitely fluctuates. So it's nice to be able to see at the end of the month how much I actually have earned, and on the flip side of that, how much I have spent in regards to my own business, both social media and freelance. So I'm gonna go ahead and update my tax document for September. lastly, let's do a little bit of meal planning and grocery shopping. If you're not new here, you will already know that I am potentially the biggest fan of using click and collect for my groceries. I could talk about this, oh my god, for hours. I love it. It has changed my life, and as an anxious, overly stimulated girl, I could not recommend this more. So this is the system that I currently have. I use my Apple Notes. Also, my laptop is just down here. Once again, I'm not staring off into the abyss, although I'm kind of at the point where like I could just stare out into the abyss. I love resetting, but it is so exhausting. But basically, I have my Apple Notes. I need to switch this over to Notion. You guys saw I literally have a meal planner on my Notion homepage, but I just haven't set it up. But yeah, I have my Apple Notes. I have two notes. One is weekly meal plan and the other one is just a shopping list. So my weekly meal plan is basically where I just plan out the meals that we're gonna have for the week. I just plan lunch and dinner because we honestly just have the same things for breakfast and they don't require any prep. But we usually meal prep 4 different dishes and each of those will create 8 portions. And then I just split those into which days we're gonna have them. I also add in any days that we're gonna have takeout or we're going out for dinner. And I also keep our go-to meals just down the bottom here. Just because, oh my god guys, I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't want to choose or think about what I want to eat. As a kid, I was like, oh my god, grocery shopping is so fun. Actually, even as like a 21, 22, just an early 20s girl, I was like, I love grocery shopping. I love meal planning and meal prepping. It's so fun. I get to like choose what I get to have. And now I'm like, we have to do this every week. Every week. Sorry, I feel like that was very dramatic, but if you're over 25, I just know, well, like I at least hope you're gonna be able to relate. Well, I don't want you to relate, but you're gonna get it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I have our go-to meals down the bottom here, so I can just pick 4 of those each week that we're gonna make, pop them into the weekly meal plan, and we're done. Well, actually, we're not done, but you know what I mean. Once they're in there, that's when I'll go over to my shopping list note, and I'll fill this out based on what we need to make these 4 meals. And then once that's done, I'll go onto the Woolworths website and just order all of the groceries for pickup. It is that easy. And honestly, guys, you save money because you're only buying what you need. You don't have to worry about things being out of stock, or if they do come up out of stock, you can pivot at home, not in the aisle of the grocery store being like, okay, I was gonna make pasta, but there's no pasta, so like what the f am I meant to do? You can just pivot at home, choose another meal. And you can also check the best unit prices. I am a big fan of filtering it by cheapest per unit, especially for things like paper towel. I'm sorry, but why would I want to spend more than I need to on paper towel or toilet paper or dishwashing liquid? Sorry, I'm just not gonna drop my cash on that. I could save it and spend it on something more fun for myself. Anyway, that is my current setup that I have for grocery shopping. We do this once a week and I saved it till today for us to order the groceries. So let's go ahead, fill out the weekly meal plan, fill out the shopping list, and order these groceries. Okay guys, now that we have our groceries, I think this is the perfect time to end out this monthly reset video. If you've watched this far, comment below the calendar emoji and also another emoji, one that you think relates to doing a little monthly reset. Also, if you've watched this far and you haven't subscribed, you should definitely subscribe because we're basically best friends at this point. I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next video. Bye!